Letter E says, what is the residual for the data point that is an outlier? So remember, our data point that's an outlier is this 3090, 2491. So we want to find out what the residual is for that point. So remember, residual equals actual minus predicted. So let's find out what we know what the actual is. The actual is going to be 2491. And we just have to find out what our predicted value is now. And to find your predicted, we have to plug in 3090 into our least squares regression line. So on your calculator, go ahead and type in the equation for the least squares regression, but instead of x, you'll put 3090. So it's 0.59 times 3090, and then minus 208.74. So I'm taking my equation and I'm just plugging in 3090 for x, and I get a predicted value of 1614.36. And then when I do the subtraction for the residual, and I subtract 2491 minus 1614.13, you get a residual of 876.64. Question F. Would a player be more proud of a negative or a positive residual? Explain. So once again, if we look at our graph here, would you rather be on the above the line or below the line? And don't forget what it means here. The line is average. So would you rather be better than average at making scoring points, or would you rather be below the average? Most people for that one, I'm probably going to say they'd rather have a positive residual and be above the line. We want a positive residual because we'd rather be scoring above average. Okay, I'd rather be scoring above average. And question G, remove the outlier from your data and find the new LSRL. Sketch the new LSRL on your graph in a different color. So for this one, we're going to start with step 3. So in your calculator, go ahead and enter or hit stat enter. And we want to find the point and delete it. So for the Y, you're going to look for 2491. Scroll till you see it. All right, there it is at the end, and you're going to hit delete. And then go hit left over to 3090. Once again, hit the delete button, and it deletes that from our graph. So now we want to come up with the new LSRL, so that's step 5. So go ahead and hit stat right 4. So stat right 4. Then hit enter a bunch of times till you get down to calculate, hit it one more time, and we've got our new least squares regression line. And so that equation is going to be y equals 0.41, and it'll be y hat equals 0.41 x plus b, which is negative 64.46. Negative 64.46. And we are going to sketch that in a different color. So go ahead and hit your, this will be step 6, y equals. And we're going to, so for me, I want to leave that initial line on just so I can see the difference. So I'm going to hit the down button, So I can enter the new equation right here. 0.41x minus 64.46. And there's one last thing I can do. If you can see this little dash here, because I want to see the difference between the two lines, I want to make that thicker. So I'm going to hit left all the way till I get over to that line. And we'll press enter once. And you'll see that that line just got thicker. Therefore, when I hit graph now, I can see the difference between my two lines. So I'm going to hit graph. So that line right there is the thin line. That's our original LSRL. And now this one, the darker line that came second, that's my new LSRL. So go ahead and flip the page over. And I now want to graph that new LSRL in a different color. Or just shade it darker. If you don't have a different color, just shade it darker, just like it is in the calculator right now. So go ahead and draw that line. I'm going to draw mine. And there we go. You can tell that that line hits the points a little bit better now that we're excluding the outlier, now that we're excluding this outlier at the very top of the paper. And so to answer the question, what effect did the outlier have on the LSRL? So it moved the LSRL further up. So now it's lowered it a little bit to fit the data. All right, nice job with that. It's a way to finish the front side. I know that was a lot of work. Go ahead and start watching the next video, and we'll start the back side.